Hi, I'm Joel, and this is All About Tools Live.
And I'm John, and what are you doing? You said you were going to say you were
I'm
Ken.
sorry.
No, wait a minute. Here,
Okay.
you got to go around
I just
this way.
couldn't.
First of all,
one thing I forgot.
You know,
And two, I just can't
you
do
watch
that.
the show every week. We
I
go around this
understand.
way. Step around that way and do it again.
All right. And you want me to say I'm Ken?
You're Ken.
Okay, this is. I can't do
this
it.
way, right here.
I know, but I can't.
You know what? You can't.
I can't call myself Ken.
Well, I wouldn't want to call you
I
Ken.
don't. I just
Some
can't do
people
it,
just
John.
can't be trained. I'm John, and this is Joel, and we're all about tools.
There you go.
And this is going to be a great segment. Ken is not on the segment tonight.
Yep, no, he's not.
So actually, I'm a little bit lost because Ken.
Well, you're always lost.
You know, to Tool Time, Ken is to us as Al was to Tool Time.
Oh, I was thinking.
He's really the one that knows what's going on, and I'm the one that just screws around all the time.
I was thinking you'd say something about Mr. Rogers, but.
No, not
okay.
Mr. Rogers.
Okay.
Definitely.
Well,
welcome to the show, everybody. Joel handles our shipping and receiving at the office. He has been a fabricator for 5 years.
Yes.
And he's here from Michigan, and because there was nothing to do in Michigan, so he moved down
right.
here. And Joel's been with us.
Right.
He helps us with tech support in the office.
Yep.
Ken is at a wedding. Actually, his son is getting married on Saturday in St. Louis, I think. And my daughter got married last week in Amelia Island. And I got to tell you, it was a great wedding. We had a lot of fun. But anybody who's ever given a daughter away knows how I'm feeling now. It's something that you just lose a part of you, even though she's still there, but my little girl is gone.
Plus, you're stuck with a huge bill.
Well, that's all right. The bill's not too bad. It was a great wedding. But
Yeah,
anyway,
it wasn't.
Congratulations to L'Oreal and Mikey, and to, I don't know what Mike's...
Oh, Gregory.
Yeah, but what is his wife's name?
Are you saying?
I don't know.
Gregory.
Anyway, okay.
I honestly don't know.
All right, we got some great things going on tonight. We're going to cover workstation brackets.
Yep.
Both fixed brackets and adjustable. These are new. We're going to talk about the EB25 Edge Bander. Actually, we're going to talk about edge banding, banders in general, things like that. And we have some specials on the show that we've never done before. The EB25 is brand new out of the crate. We're going to be selling the demo during the show.
Okay.
And the price will be $200 off the list price.
Oh, that's a
plus
great
free
deal.
freight. Yep, absolutely, because it's only going to be used for 5 minutes. And also, if you're interested in EB25 and you miss out on the demo unit, we are going to be offering any EB25 that's ordered within the first hour after the show for free freight, which most anywhere is a savings between $200 and $300. So
that's great.
If you've ever wanted an EB25, watch it tonight and buy one.
Yeah, somebody should take advantage
Let's see.
of that.
We had several calls to support on our last show, and we say thanks. I don't even remember what we covered on the last show. Do you?
Yeah.
What did we cover?
Merca.
Merca, that's right.
That's
Abrasives.
right.
Yes, yes. We started selling the Merca Aberlon Soft.
Yes.
Right? Abernet Soft.
Yeah, Abernet.
And that's going great.
Yep.
So that's good.
Yep.
All right, so anyway, I think it's time we get started.
What are these, John? I mean, what do you use them for?
Well, you know, we used to call them gussets.
Yeah.
And when I lived up in New York, and what they do is they support a countertop. They're mounted to the wall here, and your countertop sits on top. And we used to make these out of laminate, plastic laminate. But anybody that does laminate work knows that it just takes hours to do gussets.
Okay,
it seems
so
like something simple, but it takes a lot of time to laminate them.
This would work on like a bar top or an island top or something of that nature.
Exactly. Or the smaller ones would work on a shelf.
Yep.
You know, I mean, is something as simple as in your garage. These are made of 1/8-inch steel.
Okay.
Very unusual. When I saw these things, my first thought was, my God, you could park a car on this thing after they're installed.
Oh, yeah.
They're really nice. They have a crinkle finish on them. They have multiple holes back and forth across the top and the back of the bracket. They can be used either this way or this way. And they have left and right hands, so you can finish them.
You could do all kinds of things on a countertop with these.
That's right, you could.
Okay.
They have a crinkle finish on them, which is really nice. They're very tough, very durable.
Yep.
Great bracket. We've been selling them for a long time. They're available in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sizes.
Wow.
And 3 colors, I believe.
So this is your smallest, and it goes all the way up to that big one right
That's
there.
right. This would be more my size. That would be more for Ken.
Yeah. I'm glad you said Ken.
Well, I don't know you well enough.
Well, I hope you
Ken and
don't.
I have been friends a long time.
Yeah, but I hope you don't know Ken that well either. And I know you don't.
All right. Well, anyway, so this is a fixed bracket, and when I say fixed, what I mean by that is that when this is installed, it's at a right angle.
Yep.
So there's no adjustment to it. You don't do anything with it. You just
Okay.
put it up.
Okay.
Great bracket, very heavy duty,
Now-
1,000-pound capacity.
I can remember having to make these out of solid surface.
You made them out of solid surface as well?
Well, what we did is we took wood on a 45, and we screwed that in there, and then we wrapped it around with solid surface. But boy, I tell you, the amount of work we had in that.
Yeah, it would be a lot of work.
I really wish we would have had something like this, John.
Well, you know, with laminate, what you did was you made an angled bracket and then
Yeah.
a top and bottom board, so you had all that edging to do. And
Oh,
if you didn't
man.
have an edge bander, it was a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
The newest bracket on the market is this one. This is an adjustable bracket, and I think it's called, you know, I don't even know what it's called. I apologize.
It's a workstation bracket,
It's from
right?
Precision Works. Actually, our cameraman has the literature on.
He's got it figured out.
Okay, so anyway, what this does, these come packaged like this, okay? Screws are loose, like mine are, okay? It comes packaged like this, and the idea is that you mount either this one or this one first, and then this piece actually slides onto here.
Yep.
You put your 4 bolts in, and you end up with a piece that looks like this.
Okay, now I can see a big advantage to this, John. This is all you have to do. This is all you have to do for screwing is this little piece here. You don't have the great big piece.
Right, you're not handling it, yes.
Okay, but you do have, you have additional steps for putting the 2 pieces together. But
Absolutely. I
you
mean,
got
each
some
one,
versatility to it.
Right.
And they
each
both,
one has its pros and cons.
Yeah, they sure do.
But I think what we'll do is let's go ahead and install both of these brackets.
Okay. All right.
And we'll see how they work. So
That
let's
sounds
come
good.
around front.
Oh, I see you got yourself a little wall built right here.
We
huh?
have a wall. Yep. This is a 2x2 wall because a 2x4 wouldn't fit in the clamp here. All right. So we're
There's
going to
the clamp.
clamp this in place. And actually what you have here is this would be a standard stud wall. And it would obviously have drywall over it. You wouldn't be screwing them on bare stud normally, unless you're in a garage maybe.
Yep.
And this is a wall cleat.
Yep.
And if your wall extended on up above this, the cleat would be attached to the wall,
Okay.
and then your countertop would set on the wall.
Yep.
And that serves a couple of purposes. It's an anchor point, but it acts to stop the countertop from sagging in between the brackets.
Okay,
Okay,
that's great.
So let's first go ahead and take one of these brackets. Actually,
Can you grab a drill
I've
here,
got-
John?
yep.
Okay.
I've got this one set up.
All right.
And what we're using on this bracket to make it easy to install is we're using the Bessie ratchet clamps, and they lock in
okay.
place.
Okay.
So what I've done here is just taken a board, 3/4 inch scrap, and attached it to the top using the clamps.
Very
Now
simple.
this is a, let's see, this is a right-hand bracket, I believe, as you're looking at it. So what this does is it allows me to hang this over the cleat.
Well, that's a great
All
idea.
right.
Then you line it. You got it all lined up, flush on the top.
Right.
We're
So if you
gonna
want to
set
go
that
ahead and just sock a couple of screws in there.
Okay. You start right in the middle here.
Sure, that's fine.
Okay. There's
Okay.
one.
All right.
Uh-oh. Now, I'm not so good at screwing, John.
Oh, well, hey, that's...
Oh, I didn't mean it like that.
I want to know
Hey.
your personal life. I'm sorry.
All right.
That's too much to know. Okay.
One up here.
Yep.
There we go.
All right. Now, as you can see, these are staggered, but yet they're not real wide. So if you're center of the stud,
Yep.
you're going to be able to get both of these in. If you're not center of the stud, you should be able to get one complete row in on either side,
One
center
or
of
the
the
other.
stud.
Okay.
Because a lot of
Okay.
times when you're off a little bit, you'll go to put the screw in and it's going to blow right out the side.
Yep.
Well, automatically you're going to know that this screw is going to be pretty close to center.
There you
so
go.
you should have good
So
holding power
fortunately,
with
you don't
that.
have to, keep moving it over and over and
Exactly.
blowing screws through people's walls. Okay.
And I imagine, but I'm not sure, but I think the load capacity rating would be with 4 screws in the
4
bracket.
screws. Okay.
I don't think 8. So anyway, at this point, you would just take this off, pop those off, your brackets off, and you're all set
Well,
to go
that's
here.
pretty simple. Even a dummy like me can do it.
That's right. Yeah.
Calling me a dummy?
Only if you are.
That's all right. That's all right.
So your countertop is now just going to sit on top,
Okay.
and on your bracket, and then you're going to screw into your countertop from here.
Very good.
So that's a real good bracket. Now let's just take a minute and pop this off,
Okay.
and then we'll show the adjustable bracket next. How are we doing for time? Looks like we're pretty good.
Lots of time. All the time in the world.
Okay. All right, so we'll go ahead and just set this one to the back here.
All right.
Now we'll go ahead and take this one. Now, remember, we're only using one piece of this bracket at a time. Oh, one thing I did forget to mention here. With this bracket up in place, like this, or however we had it, like this, you do have a wire chase built right in.
Oh, okay. So
Which is really important for running cords and what have
absolutely.
you underneath.
A lot of times the guys have the outlets on the other side, or they have to run those wires through like
Exactly.
that. Yeah.
So
Well,
that's
really
a
neat.
good feature on that one. All right, now with this one, what you're doing is we're working with an 1.5-inch cleat,
Okay.
same 2x4 construction on the wall,
Yep.
and we've got our bracket.
All right.
This bracket is designed a little bit differently. It has the 4 holes in it, but the center one allows for vertical adjustment.
Well, what's that for, John? Why is that slotted like that?
Well, sometimes when you put a bracket in and you put the screw in, it moves a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't always go exactly
Yep.
where you want it to go. So what this does is it allows you to slide it up or down a little bit.
Okay.
So that works well.
That's great.
And then this bracket, or this hole, is elongated horizontally.
So you can slide
So
it.
you can move it side
Very
to side.
good. So you can put a level up against it and
A what?
a level.
A level?
You
What do
can
you use a
plumb
level
it
for?
out.
Plumb it out.
Well, you can get it so it goes up and down.
Up and down straight. Oh, okay.
You know what I'm
All right.
saying?
Okay, so it's straight.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay, so let's
got
do
it?
this a second. Why don't you go ahead and
It's got to be
put
straight. When you're
one screw in it.
Got to be straight when you're
No,
screwing.
center one.
Okay.
Can you stand to the side so the
I
folks can
can.
see what we're doing?
You see that? You probably don't want to
Can
see
you
my back.
can you screw sideways? There you go. Look at that.
Can I screw
Okay.
sideways?
All right, now. Okay, so now we're tight up against the bracket, and we can move this so it's vertical. Now, if we had a level here, which we don't.
Can I screw sideways? Oh
Hey,
boy.
no, just a question.
All right.
Now wait a minute, wait. Just hold on a second. Now, what you do is you put the top one in next.
Top's next.
Right, because if it slides off one way or the other,
Yep.
it can still go back and forth.
All
with it.
right.
So go ahead and put that one in.
Okay. Let me make sure my viewers can see here.
Now we're having Joel do this because now all of you can realize that anybody can put these brackets in. Just anybody at all. It won't fit?
It fits. There it goes. It's right there.
Actually, you need a longer bit in there, don't you?
Yeah, I
okay.
think I do.
And then go ahead and get one in the bottom.
I have a shortage problem. Not to be connected with. Never mind. All right.
Okay, so now what you do with this one, I have to get my glasses on for this because I can't see it. Did you notice I have my Max Headroom t-shirt on? Look at
Max
this.
Headroom.
Do you remember this? Do you remember Max Headroom?
That's before my
This
time.
is yeah,
buddy.
this is way before your
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
I should take this off and show the folks at home, but I won't. But anyway, Max Headroom was a great.
We have to call WATE and see what kind of percentage they're going to give us.
Oh, that's right. It says that on the back, doesn't it? Yes. Okay, so now we're going to here. Go ahead and here,
Uh-oh.
take one of those screws.
Sure.
And what you would do on a normal job, you would just go ahead and put all of those in,
Okay.
and then you're going to just snug up this screw here, and then here's another one for the bottom. Okay, now, I don't think if you can get this real well, but you can see that this will go up and down quite a bit. So what you would do now is take a level,
Okay.
and you would level this, and then you would just tighten these bolts down, all 4 bolts, and then put your countertop in place.
Okay.
And
So
what's nice,
That's for those builders that build their subwalls while they're drunk and.
well, you know, a lot of
I mean,
times,
some walls
yeah, a lot
aren't-
of,
they're not straight.
Right. So
Yeah.
if you have a bracket that's not adjustable, you can shim them out on the bottom, which I've done before, and
Yep.
they look fine.
Yep.
But this is totally adjustable.
Well, that's
and
great.
you'll notice that this also has a hole in the side. You see better with this one. And this is a wire management grommet that's built right
Okay.
into it.
Okay.
This works with an 1.5 by 1.5 cleat or a 3/4 by 1.5 cleat.
Okay. Very good.
And these are available in 1, 2, 3, 5 sizes.
And some other colors.
Right.
I see there's
They're
gray.
only available in black and white.
Oh, black and white.
And they have a
Okay.
smooth finish on them,
Okay.
whereas the other brackets have a crinkle finish on them.
I see.
And they can be mounted short end on the wall or long end on the wall, depending on how you want to use them.
Okay.
So really, out of the 4 brackets, you can use them 2 different ways, so you can actually get 10 different
Now,
mentions out of it.
now, one thing I'm noticing too, John, on both these brackets here, you've got the ability to screw from below.
Yes.
Now that's a big plus because I can remember doing solid surface tops,
Right.
and we had gussets that mounted in such a way you'd mount it to the wall, but there was no way to mount it from below.
Oh, okay.
So your
Well,
situation
these are all
was,
pre-drilled on all
yeah.
of them.
So you could actually glue the wood on the underside of a countertop, and then put this in place, and then screw it from below, and not have to worry about that
Right.
that wood being separate. That's a big advantage.
But in solid surface, you're not going to put a screw in it anyway, are you?
Well, no.
Into the buildup underneath.
Into the wood
But any-
buildup, right?
Into the wood build, exactly. Okay, so there you've got it. We've got 2 different brackets. They're available in all different sizes for workstations, countertops, shelves,
Ken's.
Ken's, and mine.
Ken's not here. I can
Ken's
do
not
that.
here. You can do that. That's right, exactly. We can rag on him. So anyway, that's it for brackets. I think we're, let's see, we have a question. If you mount the short side and use the long side, does it change the load capacity? Actually, it increases it. The load capacity on this one is 640 pounds, and that's with the short side bolted to the wall.
640 pounds.
640 pounds of
Wow,
load.
that's
Now,
a lot of weight, John.
Now, it all depends on how strong the wall is.
Okay, that's
Obviously,
true,
if you
that's
put
true.
if you put it on a knee wall or something like that, you're not going to have that load capacity. But obviously, it's more than enough to put a solid surface top on, a Formica countertop. You can put particle board shelves on it for your garage. It's just it's a great way to hang whatever you want to hang.
Hang whatever you
All
want.
right, I think we're ready to go to a commercial, and we will be back. And after the break, we're going to be talking about edge banding.
Edge banding, great.
All right, so we
Very
will be
good.
back shortly. Thanks for being with us.
All right.
This is an exciting new product. We're really excited about it, obviously. These are radius molds for forming solid surface. And what we can do is Ken is Ken is going to stick that in the mold here real quick. We're using a Festool router, slow speed, and we're going to just form this. Okay, and that forms it into a perfect 1.5 inch inside radius, 2 inch outside radius. The reason that we designed them this way is because if you're using the perfect seam setup, you'll be able to route your inside corner with the perfect seam edges, and it's a perfect fit.
Yep.
What we've got is we've got a specially designed base for the router. This is a surface leveler, and it'll be adjusted to take off this material. Now, it doesn't have to be flush because all we're actually doing is cutting it off flat with the surface so it's ready to glue up underneath. And this is a carbide tipped up-down spiral.
Correct.
Which
It's a
nobody
compression
makes.
spiral.
I mean, this is unique in that it is carbide tipped and it's not a solid carbide. So it's a lot less expensive than a solid carbide router bit. So this is unique. It's got a bottom bearing bit. Now, we've set it so that it's actually riding on the bottom edge of this little fixture that we've built. And what you're going to have, and I don't have my vacuum hooked up, but I'm just going to go ahead and route. Okay, so now what that's done is it's cut it off perpendicular, so you end up with a piece that is perfect every time. And what's nice about this is these are always the same size. So when you're calculating the top, you can pre-manufacture all these and you know what length your pieces are in between. So that's pretty cool. And then to take it out of the mold, you just back it up, just like that. Take it out of the mold. And as you can see, we've got the mold is actually several pieces. There's a base that you get, and then these are double stacked molds. Now, let's say we had to do a 4-inch drop edge. What you could actually do is buy extras of this particular mold, stack them on top. These are all screwed together, so you could stack them up, screw them back together, and you could actually have them 4 inches high.
By just merely adding to this and building it up to whatever thickness it needs to be, and these are available in half-inch increments after the initial 1-inch buy.
Right, yeah. The starter kit would include this base that you route against, and then 2 mold thicknesses. The reason we did it in half-inch increments is it's a lot less expensive to manufacture 2 half-inch molds than 1 1-inch mold, just because of the cutters involved in cutting 1-inch material and what have you. So we decided to go this way with it, and when you buy it, you would get the starter kit would be this clamp, which we're having made for us, which is really cool. The molds, male and female mold, and the starter kit is, I believe, a 1 inch and an inch and a half, because that's pretty much the standard. It takes a lot of the work out of something that is a very tedious project.
It is.
And you won't have to buy a big oven to do this. A lot of guys don't want to do forming. They don't want to spend the money for a big oven, so they'll be able to buy this little cube oven, which is really cool.
$6.99, I believe?
I think it's going to be $6.99. And maybe we'll put a package together on the oven and a starter kit. We'll take a look at doing something like that. But
so you could get into a drop edge application very inexpensively. And the great thing about it, and this is really what you have to look at, is the speed in which this can be done.